All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get to work. Two beautiful bikes here. BMW S1000RR in 2025 is getting a new full titanium exhaust. I cannot wait to see how this bad boy sounds. Yeah, once she's up and rolling, we're gonna see a whole different kind of bike here. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna take you on the journey with me. We're gonna slap this thing together, get this bad boy dialed in, get it flashed, and voila, we'll make a beast. We got Tyler in the house, baby.
We got these cables out of the butterfly valve and the exhaust. We'll remove them out of the servo and then keep the servo in place actually. Next steps, we got a couple of sensors up here at the front end of the exhaust to get out, and then we'll be moving on to the header bolts, which are a 10 mil, and then we do have one more bolt here holding this big bread loaf of a catalytic converter on, and then we should be able to just drop the whole system right out.
Tyler came through with a couple tools. I got the little fan set up. We're gonna bang this out. I'm not gonna go into super detail. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there with how to do these exhausts, but I am excited to get the startup on the exhaust, go over it with you guys. So I'm gonna film clip by clip for you. I'll keep you in the loop. I think the hardest part of this is just the header bolts. Everything else came off nice and simple. As you can see, it's a bit of a project. We'll get the new header and exhaust installed. All right, boys, we are almost there. These headers are a fucking nightmare. That is the worst part. But we got all the O2 sensors in. Me and Tyler are wrapping up the exhaust. Should be done here shortly. Hear how much of a beast this thing is. How you feeling, Tyler? Halftime.
Fingers are a little sore, but the hardest part's out of the way, so we're almost there.
Oh yeah, only a Monster, 2 Red Bulls. I think we're doing good. All right, guys, we finished finally installing the exhaust. Look how beautiful this thing looks. Full titanium aero exhaust on the 2025 BMW S1000RR. Go ahead, fire up, Tyler. Let's hear this thing. Moto fam, we brought the S1K out with the new full titanium aero exhaust. I got to give you guys a startup. We finished installing it last night. Tyler gave me a helping hand to get this thing put on, and I can tell you those headers are a pain in the ass. But I'm super stoked with the way this thing came out and the way it sounds. The video is not going to give it as much justice, but it is such an aggressive style exhaust. It's very loud, very deep, very throaty. I feel like when you put this exhaust on, you know, you're not really going to hear it through the microphone when you're watching the videos, but in person you can feel it in your chest, your stomach. This thing is deep, aggressive as they come. But yeah, let's go ahead and fire up. We'll do a little ride. I'll throw you guys on the face, take you through the canyon real fast, do a little Red Rock run. Oh, there goes Tyler right there. Let's go ahead and fire up. Sounds so beautiful. We are still waiting to do the tune. I'm waiting for my file coming from BT Moto. Once that file's in my inbox, I'm gonna upload it, get this thing dialed in. But I did go ahead and hook up the O2 sensors. I know this bike is self-tuning, so it's okay to ride it for now until that tune comes in. Let's go ahead and give her a little blip. Golly, she sounds incredible, man. And we're going to be seeing this blue start to come through this exhaust as it's an all because it's an all titanium exhaust here. We are starting to see that browning come in. Let's go ahead and jump on this thing, take her through, listen to it, see how loud the droning may be. That's one of the things when you guys get these type of bikes, high performance bikes, and you go with a moto style GP exhaust. One of the things you'll notice, like, hey, you probably should wear some ear protection, some kind of headphones, something. These exhausts definitely get extremely loud when you're up in the, hey, there goes my buddy. They get really, really loud, especially when you're at like the higher RPM. So one of the fun facts that I do like to bring up is when you buy this full aero exhaust, it does come with a silencer. That way, if it's a little too loud for your liking, you can put it in. I'm going to tell you right now, that silencer is going to help tone it down a little bit, but it really takes away that like bass throatiness. So, me personally, I'd rather just continue with the without the silencer, continue running it without the silencer on there. She's loud. Got a couple little pops and bangs right there. It is super nice. You guys know I love those pops and bangs. Oh my goodness, with the quick shifter, that sounds so good. Oh my God. On the throttle there. So one of the things, if you guys have a newer BMW, running it without the tune is not recommended, because this is a custom exhaust setup. Obviously you're going to want to have it tuned, whether that's through a professional tuner that's going to throw it on the dyno, get that air fuel ratio dialed in. But in the meantime, this bike can compensate pretty well without having that what's up, buddy? Without having that professionally dyno tune in the meantime. I always recommend BT Moto. They do fabulous work. If not, go to your local guy who's known for his tunes. I'm sure you guys have one in town somewhere. They will always get you a good tune. But BT Moto is the king of these S1K tunes, and they can really make this bike feel alive. You know, you put a little investment into it, but it goes a long way, and you will always have that handheld tuner to help with that. I'll do a little pull for you guys here in a sec. I love hearing the quick shifts with this exhaust on. It sounds so good. Very impressive. Right in the middle. Yeah, baby. I gotta say, the new exhaust is making me love this bike even more. Feels so good, it sounds so refined. Now, of course, without the bike being tuned, I really don't notice many differences as far as performance goes. If anything, I do notice a little bit less performance, in the lower end torque. And that's usually where we need that tune to kick in and be able to pick that lower end torque up. But as well, obviously I removed that little butterfly solenoid valve for the exhaust valve. The exhaust valve's there to help build back pressure to increase your lower end torque, and then it fully opens as you get into the higher RPMs. When you do a full system exhaust, that is no longer there. So it is something that you kind of have to pick and choose your battles with. I think I'm gonna ride with take a little cruise. I'm gonna ride with my little mask up. Beautiful day. See how the bike's doing right now in these temps. Running at a solid 207 when it's roughly about 100 degrees outside. I feel like that's pretty healthy. Obviously, if this bike sits too long, it'll get pretty hot. She's not doing too bad, dude. I'm pumped on this. Let's take a listen. Sounds good. Let's enjoy this ride. I'll lift the face mask, it might get a little noisy. Get a little bit of air in my face. Yeah, guys, what do you think about the aero exhaust? Alright, let me close the mask so you can hear me a little bit better. What are you guys' thoughts on the aero exhaust, the full titanium? How's it sound? What do you guys think? How's it going to sound in the video? Is this something that you would like to put on your bikes? And how many of you know about aero? You know, they refined and made some of the best exhaust for some of these Italian supercars. Been in business for a long time. Can't really go wrong with aero. Me personally, I like how it's a very minimalistic exhaust design. You know, I don't need anything crazy. It flows with the aesthetic of the bike. And as you guys can see in the video, when we look back, it starts off like the normal standard size headers, and then it starts to widen up. And I believe that's what causes this exhaust to sound so deep. And, you know, just that low end grunt makes the exhaust sound very throaty. Which I dig that. I dig that. But yeah, guys, this was the quick install. This is the ride. This is the test of how it feels, how it sounds. And before we head out of here, let's go ahead and get one more pull in. Drop her down. Get her right in the power band. You ready? Smells so good. Sounds so good. Those shifts. Wow. Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you guys for watching at the very end. You guys are the real ones. Much love. We'll catch you on the next ride. Peace.